today, so glad you're with us. We're now looking at our Community Watch segment with Walisha Wilson, and she is doing some really great things in our community. She's a friend of mine, and I've done a story with her. I've done a story with you before,
Yes,
and just so impressed with what you're doing because there's nobody else in this area doing what you're doing. Tell me about your organization. It's a 501c3, and tell me why it's so important.
Well, the organization is important because the main mission of the organization is to equip, empower, and restore individuals with criminal records who have gotten out, come back home, and are dealing with the challenges and the barriers to reentry.
What's your group's name?
It's NewLife-Second Chance Outreach Incorporated.
Okay. Now, you know about this because you've experienced this, and this is why you created this organization. Because when people get out of jail, or if they've been doing anything, they've been in behind bars at all, what do they face coming out?
They face basically and literally they have this social stigmas. They basically have a scarlet letter. Regardless of the amount of time that they've served, they're still serving life sentences on the outside.
Because you can't get a job.
You can't get a
You
job.
can't get public housing.
Can't get public housing in some houses because private landlords often rely on your criminal background. So that excludes public housing and a lot of housing and employment. If you have certain charges, you can't go back to school. You can go, but you can't get grants or loans. You also can't vote. Most of them can't vote. And
So
you
you
also
don't
aren't eligible for food stamps and Medicaid.
So what do you do?
What do you
So
do?
this is what you have learned. You are working on a doctorate. You're a very bright individual, and you're on probation. You're trying to get the word out.
Yes.
And one of the things that you're doing is today, they're having a viewing of this PBS documentary on what's going on this month. It's the Reentry Awareness Program, but what's going on tomorrow or tonight?
It's actually tonight. We were contacted by PBS and the POV. They show a lot of documentaries which give you a point of view of what's going on in the world. And we were contacted about showing a few movies. Tonight we'll be showing our first one, which is called The Return, which talks about the effects of mass incarceration. A lot of people think that when you go to jail, you're the only one doing the time, but your family's doing the time. And it also talks about the fact that when these people are released, how that actually affects society. So when you don't have, not able to get a job, not able to get anywhere to stay, you can't get your basic necessities made, you have a very higher risk of returning back to prison, and you do that by committing more crime.
And you want to make sure that they have a life afterwards so that
Yes.
everybody wants to be a part of community.
Yes.
Thank you so much for what you're doing. And this isn't the last we've heard of Alicia. We'll have more on you, and thank you for everything you do. We'll be right back right after this.